Good afternoon, everyone. Our topic is challenges to and restoration of the Congress system. So, the topic is very significant from the perspective of both history and politics. So, I will try to explain the topic in concise and simple manner. So, let's begin. After the independence of India in 1947, the Indian National Congress dominate as a most strong party in the initial years. But the question is why the Congress was so dominant. So there are four reasons behind the dominance of the Congress. The first one is freedom struggle. The Congress party led the freedom struggle of India during 1947, and so the people were more connected to it and people more trusted. And the second reason is the party has many strong leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and leaders of different ideologies, and it also consists group of different wings, like from left wing to right wing, under one umbrella. So the third reason is a strong organization. The party has spread almost every state in India, and it has a very strong organization overall country. And the fourth reason is that the party has the lack of strong opposition. In fact, opposition was present in the party itself, but it worked as the pressure group. They were not capable of forming any alternate government. However, no political system remained unchanged forever. And so on, in 1960s, that began to appear, and this Congress system started facing some serious challenges. The first challenge that Congress faced was related to succession. After the death of Jawaharlal Nehru in 1964, the one question that was coming from around was, after Nehru, who will lead Congress after the death of Jawaharlal Nehru? So, the top leaders of the Congress, like the President K. Kamaraj and other leaders, unanimously decided to make Lal Bahadur Shastri as the next Prime Minister of India. But soon after, in 1966, Shastri died after signing the Tashkent Agreement with Pakistan. And this means that for the second time in just the span of 2 years, the Congress faced the problem of succession. This time the leaders decided to make Indira Gandhi as the daughter of Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru, as the next Prime Minister, as they thought that they could seize an inexperienced leader and they could control him from behind the chair. So this was the first issue. And the second problem was related to 1967 election. The 1967 election, 1967 का इलेक्शन एक पहली बार ऐसा था कि कांग्रेस एक बैकफुट पे दिख गई। ये पहला इलेक्शन था जिसमें कांग्रेस को बहुत कम वोट मिलते हैं, और इसी कारण ये कई राज्यों में इलेक्शन चुनाव हार जाते हैं, जैसे कि बड़े-बड़े राज्य जैसे कि हमारे हो गए यूपी, बिहार, उड़ीसा, हरियाणा, पंजाब, इन सब क्षेत्रों में कांग्रेस चुनाव हार जाती है। और ऐसा भी नहीं था कि कोई एक अकेली ऑपोजिशन की पार्टी आकर सरकार बना सके। सरकार बनाने के लिए कई विचारधाराओं की पार्टी, जैसे कि सोशलिस्ट, कम्युनिस्ट, जनसंघ की पार्टी एक साथ आते हैं कोalition गवर्नमेंट बनाने के लिए, और इसी स्ट्रैटेजी को लोग कहते हैं नॉन कांग्रेसिज्म। और जो तीसरी प्रॉब्लम थी वो थी इकोनॉमी से रिलेटेड, जैसे कि by the mid 1950s, due to the widespread drought, war, and severe crop failure and poor monsoon, these all conditions led to food shortages, and for that India had to depend mainly on the food supply from United States, and this led to huge inflation, food shortages, and the value of rupee was also devalued from 5 rupees to 7 rupees, and other factors like unemployment, inflation, these all lead to widespread public anger. And the last challenge was internal conflict. The Congress was fighting a battle inside itself, as there was two centers of powers, like the first one was syndicate, which was a group of powerful leaders that was controlling the organization from inside, and the second was Indira Gandhi, who was asserting that herself, who was asserting to prove herself as a strong leader. So this all lead to internal conflict, and further they will lead to the split of Congress in 1969. So that's what the some challenges that Congress faced. Now I would like to call Aniket to explain the 1969 split and the restoration of Congress.
Hello, I'm Aniket, and here I'm talking about 1969 split, where there were there were two groups in Congress. First was Congress organization, which was holding the organizational structure of the original Congress. Second was Congress R, where Indira Gandhi was the leader of that party, that she had the ideology to control the government, but she didn't have support of their own party members, and this further complicated in 1969 presidential election, where Congress O, which was the main party, elected S.N. Reddy for the president election. But however, Indira Gandhi chose V.V. Giri, who was the vice president at that time, to resign and fight for the presidential election. And although there was a whip in Congress itself that Congress O will support S.N. Reddy, but Indira Gandhi said that you have freedom of conscience, where you can choose your president. So although there was conflict, there was voting, and result was that V.V. Giri won the election. Although there was opposition from their own party, they could S.N. Reddy couldn't do it. After that, there was 1971 election, where whole Congress was against Indira because she was strong, also known as Mighty Indira or the Iron Lady of India. She had the power to win election. She had the power to win war against Bangladesh. She was one of the best prime minister, I can say. In 1971, there was a whole campaign against Indira Gandhi that Indira Gandhi will do nothing. Indira Hatao. Whole opposition was against Indira, that Indira Hatao. But Indira was beyond their emotion. Indira was beyond the opposition imagination. She said Garibi Hatao, because at that point of time the economic condition of India was not that good. So she gave the Nara Garibi Hatao. She implemented 10-point programs, and she did she manipulated, or we can say she consolidated the vote bank of the small people, or we can say the poor people, who were the majority of that time. After 1971 general election, Indira Gandhi led party won 48.04% of election, 48.0% of vote. She won the election, and she implemented many programs like nationalizing the bank, and many programs, welfare programs that would help the poor people. She was very powerful at that point of time that many older Congress people like K. Kamraj, also known as the Kingmaker of India, couldn't register. After that, although Congress organization had a strong organizational structure, they had people all across India. But Indira Gandhi was so powerful at that point of time that a single lady and her organization, from the support of left parties like Communist and many others, won the election, won people support at that point of time. That's all.
After my friend, now it's my turn to take the responsibility to conclude this chapter in a brief manner. To sum up the that we have presented today, the challenges to sum up what we have presented today, the political system of India during the period of 1964 to 1971, where the dominant Indian political system faces several challenges and the changes. The different ideological parties came together as a anti-Congress fronts and with the strategy of non-Congressism. the breakdown of internal party identity, unity, leads to the historic breakdown of the Congress in 1969. This period is important because it shows the two things about the Indian democracy. First, even a dominant party can be genuinely challenged through the opposition unity. Second, that the political dominance could be rebuilt, but the nature of political dominance may have changed permanently. That's